On the weekly time frame here on the XAUUSD, it is obvious that in the last 2 years price has been trending on the high side. If we look closely into what has been happening since the March of 2020, we saw that huge expansion that saw price move into $2,070, after which we saw a, a respect of that bullish trend line since that time. And with the scenario we have here leading into what we had in the month of January this year, we saw that another huge expansion into the $20,070, after which we saw a move that looks more like a retracement phase that retested that bullish trend line earlier in the month of May, after which we saw um, higher highs and higher low on the weekly time frame. So with the setup we have here on the weekly time frame, we really do not have um, enough data that could decide how we are going to go forward in the new week. So with this information in mind, we want to scale down to a lower time frame like the daily time frame to see how we could take advantage of bullish momentum going forward. So with the scenario we have here on the daily time frame, we can see that as soon as price tested the bullish trend line here during the course of May, we saw price climb a little bit high into the $1,877, after which we saw price move into something that looks like a consolidation phase that pronounces the indecision that has gripped the market in the last 4 weeks thereabout. So with the scenario that began in the month of May, definitely we want to be looking forward to what is going to happen after this consolidation phase. Are we going to see a break above, or are we going to see a break below that will push price in that direction? So to guide our action going into the new week, it is very, very important that we identify a key level that will guide our action going forward. So if we look left and look at what has been happening in the last 1 year thereabout, we will notice that this area at this point, as one point being a resist support level, we had a resistant level here, resistant level, support here, and then in the later parts of last year we saw a resistant level in the month of November, and then we saw another um, support level in the month of February. I think multiple times we saw one in March, we saw another one in March here, then we saw one here as well, then resistant. So if you following me through what I've been showing you here in the last few seconds, you would agree with me that that level at around um, 1875 area appears to be a determinant, an area that has been a determinant factor in pushing price either way. So what I want to be doing here at this point is to identify the skill level. By bringing out my line chart, we could connect this area together, and we will be having something like this. Okay, so we have this area identified as our key level. And what does this do for us? The key level here shall be our guide going into the new week. And so what does this simply mean is this. If we see price rallying right above that key level, then we want to take advantage of a bullish momentum. However, if price continue to oscillate below that key level, then we want to be looking for bearish opportunity going into the new week. So with the key level identified here, I want to scale down to a much lower time frame to see how price has been playing out in the last 1 week, or let's say since the beginning of the month, after which we want to be using that key level as our yardstick going forward. So to make things more clearer, it's appropriate that we um, identify and label that key level. So to do that, we want to give it a label and name it. Hold on a second. So we have a key level at $1,870. So let's place it right on the right hand side on the top. So we have something like this. So we have a key level right at $1,870. So now, going into the new week, what is going to be our expectation? If we look left and see how price has been playing out since the beginning of May, we can see that this key level has been a major determinant of price action, as we can see how price has been respecting or rejecting that key level since the beginning of May. We saw a breakdown, we saw a rejection, we saw a breakdown, we saw a break above at this point, we saw a rejection, we saw this, and we saw price move down, and then appears to be doing a rejection of the ski level multiple times. And with this scenario we have here, if we see continue to see price oscillating below that key level, then definitely we want to be doing a sell. And if we see price breaking above that key level, then we want to be doing a buy. So now let's look at what has been happening since on the 7th of June this year. We can see that there is a trend line that we can use to guide our action. And with this trend line here, we can see that we have a bullish momentum here on the 4 hours time frame that can be a guide going into the new week. And if we look closely into what happened in the later part of last week trading session, we can see that we had this significant breakout of that bullish trend line, giving us a signal that the buyers have a potential of pushing price further beyond that key level. However, for us to see that move to the upside at this point, we can see that during the later part of last week trading session, we can see how the candle closed here on the 4 hours time frame with a somewhat a structure looking like a doji. So what I want to be looking out for going into the new week is to see price come back down into somewhere around here, which is my bullish trend line. Then look for a rejection of this area that will send price breaking out of that key level with a retest of structure and patterns that will support a trend continuation to the upside here on the um, XAUUSD. And if we look at this at the $1,850 area, we can see that this area during last week has been holding price um, somewhat. We can see how price has been respecting this $1,850 area, which to me at this point is my temporary key level. And I might be looking forward to price coming back down into that temporary key level before we can see price pushing to the upside. So for me here on the gold, um, the key level at $1,870 will be my yardstick going into the week. And if we can see price to a rejection again of that key level at 1,870, like a multiple rejection where we see price breakdown of that bullish trend line, a retest of that bullish trend line of the key level, then we want to be looking for a bearish momentum. So I would like to pause the video at this point and let's see how price plays out in the first few hours of the new week, and then we could see how we could take advantage of that move to either to the upside or to the downside. Always stay tuned in as regular updates will be published in the comment section of my TradingView platform as price action is being monitored. So on this note, I would like to pause the video and let's see how price plays out. And as soon as market opens, I will share with you how to take advantage of this move based on what has happened in the first few hours of the new week. So thank you at this point for watching and do have a wonderful day.